I have a really good friend. When we do spiritual practices together, he said something really profound for me. He said, really, when we do spiritual practices together, like my mind really doesn't want to do it. My mind wants to get out of this. And I said to him, these practices are like, in a sense, bitter medicine. Do you know the word neem? Do you know the neem plant?
Neem?
Neem. The neem plant you often find in India, it's got this substance in it. It's called neem. And it's really, really bitter. And people will take it, swallow it, and it will purify your blood, purify a lot of bacteria and viruses. It'll kill a lot of stuff. But in order to consume the neem, you have to take your bitter medicine. And it kills everything that is harmful in your body. So I was describing to my friend, it's like taking, our practices together is like taking neem. We're forcing, in a way, wrangling our horses, which is our mind, wrangling them, and we're trying to stable them and calm them and relax them. And that takes a lot, because especially if all day your mind has been churning. How can you stop the horses when they've been constantly running about and they're used to the pattern and the momentum of movement? That's how a mind is trained. So, man, and then in order to get people into satsang, it's like, we'll come and we'll do a sound bath, and everyone will be so sweet and loving and peaceful. Oh, feel the heavenly music. There's all this, what do you call, sweet words to get people in the door so that they come to satsang, as opposed to, well, this is going to be the death of yourself, your small self, so that your higher self can arise. Be like, well, I don't want to die. That's not how you market spirituality. You have to put on the flyer, this is a sweet little sound bath where you'll feel hugged. That type of thing. That's how you attract people. It's like the Trojan horse. With this Trojan horse story, right? They bring in the Trojan horse that they think it's a fancy present. And yet all those people end up dying when they try to open up the Trojan horse, because all the army is in there. Similarly, you invite people into satsang gently, and then their mind dissolves. It's like, wow, did I sign up for this? Did I really want to dissolve my mind? Who wants that? Not many. There's not many takers. And many saints, even sort of Jesus himself, I remember he was talking to I'm not saying I'll remember this, but in the Bible he was talking to the rich man, and the rich man said, well, how do I get to heaven? And Jesus said, well, follow the principles, the 10 Commandments, and follow, some of the things I say. And then he finally said, the rich man said, why, I'm all those things. I follow all those virtues, and I'm a good person, and I love God, and I love my neighbor, and all that stuff, right? And then he said, well, what am I missing? And Jesus said, well, now it's time for you to renounce, leave your whole, all of your estate, all of your money behind, give it to the poor, distribute to the poor, and follow me. Now here is the living God on earth telling him, this is how you reach God. And the man scratches his head and walks away.
What was his name?
Brutal, right? Brutal story. I don't remember the man's name.
Oh.
But it's like, and then Jesus announced it's more difficult for a camel, I think something like this, a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to get into heaven. Reason why he said that is because if a mind is so focused on holding on to physical things and money, how can you focus on God? You can't serve two masters. Either you serve God or you serve your money. And generally, people serve money. Why? Because you get immediate comfort from money. You get immediate gratification. Serving God, it's like, I don't get it. I just get sort of a challenge of trying to still my mind. I don't want to spend my life doing that. I'd rather be rich and feel comfortable in my cushy home. I'm not saying renounce and leave your home and do that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that was his story. And the point is, we do have attachments towards things which distract us from really focusing on the divine. That's why we have these concentrated sessions where you come here and this is the only thing that you think of is there is only one truth. There is only one being, one God. I mean, it's said by all the religions. Consider this deeply. Meditate on this. And you can get a lot of spiritual work done within an hour and a half. Why not?